Yeah, I've been riding for about 10 years now. A lot of things have changed in that time. You know, there were so many good riders back then. It just seemed like there were no shit riders. Maybe I was one of the only ones. Like the amount of panels you see these days in comparison to what used to be, it's just there's no comparison. Yeah, you see very few whole cars these days, but they used to be, you know, really regular guys like, you know, TPC and TCB, all those kind of skew, and some of the bigger well-known riders here in Sydney, you know, they used to do whole cars all the time. Whereas nowadays, you know, to see a whole car is, you know, it's like snowing in Sydney. Rarely ever happens. The progression of styles really slowed down. No one's thinking for themselves these days. Being a good rider is about coming up with your own individual style and kind of taking that to the next level and doing things that other people don't do and being inventive, and I think that's how graffiti progresses. You can get up and you can be known 1 year by like every rider in Sydney, and then come 2-3 years later, you know, no one's heard of you. And that's, I think, you know, doesn't matter what country you're from, you've always got to constantly be out there doing things, doing pieces. You know, it's hard to kind of cement your name in the history books. Crews like OSF and TM that kind of cemented themselves in that kind of like public style there, I think they'll be remembered because they were like the pioneers of doing things like that. Every kind of young rider wants to be like them and do things like that. Their photos go around in circulation a lot, and people kind of use them for inspiration and biting whatever. But yeah, guys like that will stay around for a long time, I think, because of, you know, what they did in the beginning. I think like BCF crew, you got like Demote, Snarl, all those guys. You know, from when I first started to seeing what they do now, you've kind of seen these people go full circle and, you know, doing really simple public style to doing like crazy wild 3D things, and then kind of going back again. And you know these guys have gone from graffiti in the streets to working for big clothing companies, and they've really established themselves worldwide as being talented people. You know, I mock, I'd say back in the day, even though it writes for my group, not trying to kind of give credit to people that I paint with, but you know, from when I first started to now, I've never seen someone go like bomb hardcore like he did. And I think, you know, like I said, he wasn't the best rider, his tags weren't the best, but he got a lot of respect because he went everywhere. You know, it doesn't matter what area, 3 hours outside of Sydney you could go far and you could kind of see him up. And you know, his tags weren't the best, but he you know, he went all city, and lots of people kind of, you know, give him the title of King Bomber. And even nowadays, you know, I've never seen anyone kind of go and do as much as he did.